MegaPodTastic. Good morning, MegaPodlings. It's Crazy Joe on a rather chilly Tuesday morning, back at the old Regal Theater. Today, we're going to check out Death on the Nile, the new Hercule Poirot mystery by Kenneth Branagh. I never saw the first one. The first one was Murder on the Orient Express. Never watched it. I gotta tell you, back in high school, I had a teacher, an English teacher, who made us watch the same PBS Hercule Poirot mystery PBS special about 6 times in class. We watched it one day, we'd come in the next day, discuss it. We watched it again, we'd discuss it some more, we'd watch it again. Start to finish, she made us watch this one episode. It was called Triangle at Rhodes. And we watched it so many times, and I swear it was like 6 times. And every time she'd say, we're gonna watch it again, the whole class would go, oh, we were so sick of it. And I got to admit, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for the character. So there's the poster right there. It's not the character's fault. Certainly it's not the fault of the character. It's not the fault of Agatha Christie. It's just the fault of this one teacher making us watch the same TV episode over and over and over to the point where we just never wanted to hear that name again. So when Murder on the Orient Express came out, I kind of skipped it. But I got to admit, this trailer looks really, really good. And we're going to check it out. So let's go in and check this movie out. Hopefully it's better than Moonfall. Last week when we were here, there was a Clean Teeth, Dirty Streets. I'm wondering if they cleaned it up. Let's check it out. Did they get it? It's been a week. Has anyone picked it up? I don't see it. It looks like they cleaned the streets. So now we have clean teeth and clean streets. There you go. As I say every week, welcome to the gaming grid. We're going to check in on this kiosk. Today we're going to be in Auditorium 2. There's the IMAX. Looks like it's playing in IMAX as well. But we're going to number 2. There's a movie I can't wait to see. The League of Super Pets. I am super excited for that. I saw Scream twice. That's quite good. Here's the poster. It'll flip off soon because these posters rotate. You watch. It's not going to be there for long. Well, we're not going to wait for it. So, there we go. See? They rotate. But this is where we're going. Theater 2. This is a very nice theater. They did a great job remodeling it.
Black history.
Let's do this.
Some people here are going back row as always.
Yeah.
Always know all the tomorrow?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving along with the fun. That's our way to play. Nintendo Switch.
In 8. Okay, Death on the Nile. Let's talk about Death on the Nile. It is the latest Hercule Poirot adventure, sequel to Murder on the Orient Express from 2017, which I have not seen. So I can only review this as its own film. And I gotta tell you, I enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was pretty good. And it makes me want to see Murder on the Orient Express, which isn't easy because apparently it's streaming nowhere. It's not on HBO Max, which is where most Fox movies go when their theatrical run is done. But it's not there. It's not on Hulu or Disney Plus because obviously Fox is a Disney company now. It's none of the places you would expect. So I actually went out looking for the Blu-ray, and you know what? Every store in my area has sold out of it. So seeing the original Murder on the Orient Express is actually a harder proposition than you would expect. But the movie takes us to Hercule Poirot is in Egypt, and he meets an old friend of his at the pyramids and ends up being invited to join a wedding party. And the always controversial Armie Hammer has just married Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot, and they are on this wedding party in Egypt, and Hammer's ex-girlfriend is basically stalking them, and it all ends up on a boat. They get on a cruise ship thinking, well, that will keep the stalker away from us. She can't get us if we're at sea. But of course she does find her way onto the boat. People start dying. She's the only one who has an alibi. Who did it? Then the murders keep piling up, and we get this. We get exactly what you would expect from Agatha Christie. We get a murder mystery. As I stated at the beginning, I've always kind of had a mental block in my head towards Hercule Poirot because of an old English teacher I had who made us watch the same episode of the PBS Poirot series over and over to the point where just the name of the character made me sick to my stomach because I was just so sick of watching that one episode. But so I could say this is my second exposure to Poirot. Now, actually, you know what? I take that back. It's my third. It's my third because I had to read a Poirot mystery in college as well. Almost forgot about it. So yeah, this would be my third exposure. And I have to say, of the three exposures, one episode of the PBS show, one of the novels, and this movie is my favorite. Kenneth Branagh is great in the lead role. The supporting players are all good. Russell Brand gives probably the greatest performance he's ever given because Russell Brand is, I think we could all agree, Russell Brand's pretty damn annoying. He's like one of those guys who's just, when you see him in a movie, 9 times out of 10, you just want to, you're like, oh my God, why is this guy here? But in this, he actually plays a dramatic role. He's not trying to be funny. He's not doing his whole waka waka bit. And as a result, his performance is muted and not annoying. I've never seen Russell Brand this watchable in a movie before. And by the way, I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall and its sequel, Get Him to the Greek. But let's be honest, he's the weak link in those movies. So yeah, this movie worked for me. It's a little dry. It's a little dry. Like I liked Knives Out much better. Knives Out's got a lot more humor and flair to it, so I enjoyed that more. But ultimately, I would recommend Death on the Nile, and I really hope that the Armie Hammer controversy isn't enough to derail this series, that if Kenneth Branagh wants to do another, he can't get it off the ground. I would hope that he does get another opportunity, because it wouldn't be fair for him to not be able to make more due to the actions of one of the cast members in this that he, Branagh, would have had no control over. It's a very unfortunate circumstance, what happened to this film. It basically got buried in February when it should have been a major film. It was #1 at the box office last week, though, so who knows? Maybe this franchise still has legs in it. Well, we shall see. But I'm going to recommend Death on the Nile. I think it was a lot of fun. And the resolution to the mystery was kind of a come on moment. Like, some of the things Poirot put together, I wasn't buying. But there may have been shortcuts taken. It may have been more methodical in the book, and for the runtime of the movie, they were just like, yeah, hurry up, you got to get to the end here. That could have been it. I don't know. But it still ultimately works. I like this movie. I recommend this movie. All right, everybody, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas.
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open, it's a trap.
Oh no!
It's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.
I was only in the movie for 2 hours, but that was enough time for an icicle to form underneath my car and fuse to the road. Look at that. It's fused right to the road. That icicle formed just during the runtime of the movie. Impressive.